Welcome to your reading, Leo. This is your Taurus, your partial solar eclipse in Taurus reading. The readings so far have been absolutely incredible, and I'm so grateful to Spirit for bringing through this guidance. So we're going to dive in, all right? Let's do this. So that being said, check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs because they may offer some valuable info and insights to you. So I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space, and I ask that it is a safe space and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. Okay, so I'm pulling from the Journey of Love Oracle by Alana Fairchild. This deck has been incredible for the insights that it's bringing forward. So Leo, let's see what it's got for you. Oh, I tried to sing there and it just squeaked. Okay. She loves. There was another sign that had that same. I'm inclined to say that it was Taurus. Distant shores. The temple. So many so many signs have had that same position. You know what? I'm going to read the temple to you. We're going to do that. I'm going to read it. But first, okay, so let me just sit with this energy before I get ahead of myself. I'm hearing that your inner landscape there may have been things that felt inaccessible to you across the inner landscape. And what you're experiencing in that inner landscape is the spatialization. So your beliefs spatialized. But what the reality is more so like you're plugging in a machine that's projecting stars onto the ceiling. And that's really just the spatialization of your belief. It's not the structures itself. Structures meaning, if we look at it in terms of the temple, this is more so connected to believing that the beliefs are buildings, the beliefs are actual concrete structures inside you that have built up a little safe place for you. There's some inner child healing I'm getting from this, Leo. Some inner child work. Or healing. And these distant shores, I almost feel like it's like you believing that things are further from you than you think. And not just in a time sense or space sense. I'm getting that this is more connected to the way that you've sort of thought that things are outside of you, and the temple is here to remind you that there's a sacred place within you that you have yet to really dive as deeply into as perhaps you may have wanted, or you may have not felt the safest doing so. I don't know where this is coming from. I mean, I don't need to know. This is me trying to make sense of it, and I can't, Leo, I can't. 59. So the temple. The lover and the beloved meet in sacred space. They take respite from the, I was going to say respite, but it's respite or respite, whichever. You pronounce it the way you want, my lovelies. So they take respite from cares of the world, entering into sanctuary where only they exist. You are in need of this. Meditation, making love, connection, and dance, intimacy, and surrender into the moment. Your body and soul need to enter into the temple and participate in sacred ceremony. Choose to gift this to yourself. Set aside time. Turn off the computer and mobile phone. Turn on music and set the lighting. Be present in the moment. Do you remember your body? Ah, yes, here it is. Can you be in its temple with presence and delight? This oracle brings guidance to take time out to smell the flowers, savor the pleasures of life, and renew your connection to the inner lover. Your sensuality wants to come out and play. You're encouraged to explore scent, touch, taste, and feeling. You are encouraged to play with color. What moves you? What brings you into connection with yourself in this moment again? It is the wholeness of divine self-connection in a sacred space that will best nourish you now. I really like this idea. So something I'm that's coming to mind now is this idea of like a third energy that's created in relationship, or and I'm almost getting like in connection to something. And the third energy is the energy of the attachment or non-attachment that we have to it, and how we facilitate what energy emerges from our facilitation or negation of the light in the thing that we're beholding. I don't know where. Anyways, I'm just gonna let it flow. So just roll with it, Leo. Roll with me and my stumbles and fumbles as I bring this forward. But I almost get that there's like this third energy that's emerging, and this is sort of this temple for you, this sort of sacred space that you're entering into in the present moment. And Christina Lopes talked about this in a Sacred Relationships video, where it's like this third energy is created. And I've been thinking about this in terms of a third energy being created anytime we have a connection to a person or to places, that kind of thing. I mean, my urban planning education is like really there. But it's understanding that like there's a way that this is like spatialized, and we're believing more in the spatialization of it and looking for the projection of it onto a landscape, as opposed to seeing it and connecting to it as something that's far more accessible to us. And that's where I'm getting this energy of something being distant from us. Like we think it's inaccessible to us. We think it's inaccessible to us. And I'm almost getting this, like, I'm seeing this like pin drop, like on Google Maps, like start here, like you are here, she loves. That's the place you have to be in, this sensually connected place. Very Venus and Empress energy here. But let's dive in deeper. Leo. Let's see what the solar eclipse, this foundational flourishing. And this can just be like coming into the moment and treating the moment as that sort of and sensual experiences are very grounding, right? As someone with ADHD whose neurodivergence overlaps with senses and sensorial experiences, sensorially based experiences. I'm getting that there's a lot of okay, I need to sort these. Okay. 6 thoughts are trying to go through one lane, and it's one way, and Spirit's like insistent on all these beliefs, but on beliefs and thoughts and all these beliefs, though. That's what I'm getting, is like beliefs, right? The projection of beliefs on the ceiling that we think are the structures, but they're just beliefs that we're projecting onto the ceiling. And I'm feeling like there's a way that like you being connected to this wisdom within you, she loves this wisdom, this like sensuality. I feel like this is going to draw you deeper into meditative experiences that will connect you with Spirit that you may not initially think are the way to it. But I think that that's something to really consider because it draws you into the present moment. Leo, it draws you into the present moment, which is where Spirit meets you and can connect with you in this temple, right? This temple is definitely a sense of embodiment as well. And what I'm getting is that there's a feeling that something's distant from you, like it's outside your reach, but it's really just part of you going deeper. It's part of you going deeper. Okay, so we had the Hermit come out on She Loves. Spirit, can I get some messages here for, oh, did I shuffle it in? I just said inside out. No. The Hermit. Ten of Swords. Strength. Hanged Man. I'm feeling like this She Loves is really you connecting to this essence of you, right? Because the sensual experiences that we dive into are really about connecting deeper to ourselves. And I'm getting that this is you doing so with the Hermit here, 10 of Swords. It's almost like I'm hearing that this is like a commitment to going within. Yeah, a commitment to going within, and a sort of like ending to wrestling with spirit a little bit, I think. Like an ending to wrestling with spirit. And then this hanged man is, I think, this is Piscean energy. And what I just heard was this like projection of stars on the ceiling. So it's almost like this is the energy that's like, this Piscean energy is what's really kind of muddying the waters, I think, but it's also the way through. So it's almost like once you see the stars, you can see the stars for what they are, as opposed to thinking that they're beliefs projected up onto the sky. Like, you can, there's like this way that you can be in awe of the beauty, even though you understand that now you have to unplug the machine. I have no idea where these are coming from. So distant shores. Spirit, can I get some messages here for distant shores? I think there's a certain measure and degree of rest that you're going to need to take, Leo. And I think that the distance between you and the shores that you're trying to reach through this present moment awareness and experience, it's really only going to come to you through giving your mind a rest. This can be like physical rest and healing, but it can also represent, in this context, it represents a way of giving your mind a rest. Yeah, putting your mind at ease. And I don't think you have to worry about paving the path or making the way, because I think the way is being made for you. The way is being shown to you. Yeah, the way is being shown to you. I think that there's, this is like soulmate connection energy. It could be there's like soul family that you are connecting with or that you have coming in. It could be a number of things, really, but this is ultimately soulmate energy. This could also just be a deepening of connections that you already have. I'm hearing rededication. And I'm thinking, I heard rededication of the monument, and I think that maybe the monument is the thing that you've built up as a belief in your mind that you sort of pay homage to every so many months, and that's like this real, like almost like an altar that you've built up internally that you return to over and over again, and your worry is the offering to this. And it's almost like there's like a mythology that you've created or added to or developed in your mind, this pantheon of anxiety, Leo. Page of Wands. I just heard, behold, the way through. So I feel like the Page of Wands is really seeing, the temple is seeing the way. And I think that this Page of Wands is you, Leo. Your energy showed up here, but I feel like this is you stepping out with this awareness. And I think that what I'm getting here is that this is really your soul exchanging information with and being in communication and communion with a bigger soul, like soul of the universe type idea. Very significant. Very significant. And it's that sort of even exchange of energies that is going to help you access this temple for sure. Spirit, can I get clarification on the temple card here, please, and thank you. 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups. There may be a hesitation to offer yourself fully, but this is something that it's sort of like dreaming of the dream, if that makes any sense. Dreaming of the dream. Dreaming of this like dream place, this temple place, this very abstract place within you, but you can feel it. And it's sort of like, what I'm hearing is it's where you go when you dream. And just reconnecting or connecting to that in the 3D is going to be very important. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I think that this is like, I think that Spirit is sending you really heartfelt messages here. And I think that this is sort of like the message received. And it's bringing you a real sense of security and stability within yourself. I think that this is, I'm hearing like loyalty, like you wanted to know in the long run that spirit not delivering on promises, like there's some kind of transaction, but it's almost like that loyalty hasn't existed necessarily in your world, and you wanted to know that spirit was possible, it was capable of producing it, and not loyalty as in like not loyalty as in like some kind of weird, like, no one's loyal anymore. It's not like that. It is like the dedication, the long-term adherence and consistency, like loyalty to ourselves, like loyalty to the way that we are in the world, right? And it's like, how are we showing up in partnerships? How are we showing up in the world around us? Wow, Leo. And for you, yeah, Leo, especially, how you're showing up, that would make perfect sense. But I think that this is really a call to ground a lot of your energy. This is a call to go within far more. And I think most of the time, like sensory experiences tend to be more devil energy based. But and like that's not being like anyone with ADHD has devil energy. No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm saying that we can associate it with these shadow parts of ourselves, because the pursuit of sensory experiences that are devoid of emotional and spiritual engagement with them can really create this it can really create this painful way for us. Like it can create this painful way of receiving information about the world, right? And it sets us up to fail, and it's almost like we break our own heart. So I don't say these things to say like, look at the shadow of the sensory. No. So if you're in that place of fearing attachment to the sensory, don't attach to sensory experiences, but do understand that the way through the present moment is being in touch with sensory experiences, because that's it. Like I'm very clear, we read that in the temple, that there's a lot of embodiment that needs to take place in order for you to feel, I'm hearing, to feel a sense of grounding, to feel a sense of peace, emotions. Okay. And sacral chakra is really that sense of sensuality, right? It is safe for me to feel emotion as I experience relationship with myself, others, and the universe. Emotion is there as a useful tool to give me information. As I listen to and name my emotions and become clear about the messages and beliefs behind them, I liberate myself. I feel. And like liberating yourself is really, that's like the vibe of this here. And sensory stuff too is a tool that we use to get information as well. Stability. King of Pentacles. I allow myself to give and receive support. I trust in the pathway that unfolds before me. I recognize the interconnectedness of all things. I lovingly support myself with kind thoughts of encouragement, compassion, and understanding. I am supported. Stability. I'm going to pull one more for you, my Leos. I think that this is going to give you a sense of stability, and I think more grounded emotions as well. Self-worth. And okay, so just as an aside, in order for all of this to work, you first have to really work on deserving. Like I am worthy of these things, right? I am worthy of these things. Self-worth. I am worthy. Oh, I didn't even, okay. I am worthy. I listen to my needs and desires and honor myself. I give myself the time, space, and loving kindness that I need to make manifest all that I am. I discover my true self by going inward and becoming my own best friend. I nurture. So this could be a call, my dear Leos, to really, this embodiment may bring up emotions that, not that are deeply uncomfortable, but that feel unfamiliar to you, because if you haven't been in your body and embodied for a while or for any length of time, because it was easier to be disconnected, it may make you feel like out of sorts, like that distant shores, you're at a distance from where you want to be, but that's exactly where you need to be, Leo. And I think you have to let your emotions be the guide, right? That's on the She Loves card. And that to me is like, love is an expression of feeling for others, affection for others, care for others, concern, but more so than that, just affection, right? My holiness shines bright and clear today. My holiness shines bright and clear today. In this world, you can become a spotless mirror in which the holiness of your Creator shines forth from you to all around you. You can reflect heaven here. Wow, that's powerful. In this world, you can become a spotless mirror in which the holiness of your Creator shines forth from you to all around you. You can reflect heaven here. Amazing. So what are you reflecting, right? And what is being reflected back to you, Leo? Because sometimes we think that the mirror is the issue. Like what is reflected back to us says something about our worth, or, whether our emotions are worthy of being felt or vocalized, and whether those emotions are worthy of expression that will bring us stability. But the real truth here is that the mirror of others tells you about what you need to work on, not about your deservingness. And I feel like there's a way that message has gotten confused along the way. And not confused as in like there's something wrong with you. It's nothing like that. It's just confused in that the energy of it's like caught in, it's all jumbled up. It's just kind of twisted around and turned around and that kind of thing. So sometimes, so this card here, so this is the Miracles Now deck. So sometimes no is the most loving response. Okay. And sometimes this is where the boundaries play in, right? Like when we feel the distant shores piece, when we're at a distance from things energetically or emotionally, we can feel like that no, like the no that we say keeps us apart from things, but it actually allows us to go deeper within. And maybe there's just a call for a few boundaries, well placed, but just, making sure that you're protecting your energy in the most productive way possible, right? In the midst of a meltdown, I breathe through the discomfort and come out the other side. Now, I'm thinking about all of the energies, Leo. So fixed signs are going to be pretty intensely affected, I would say, by the eclipses, or the most affected. I don't want to dramatize or like create a lot of intensity around something that doesn't necessarily need that level of energy, or worry around it. It's really the worry I don't want to stoke. But this may be something to remember is breathing practices. I breathe through the discomfort and come out the other side. So just remembering that there is another side that you are reaching by breathing through any kind of intense emotions through this eclipse, and then into May and through May, because we do have a lot of fire energy with Aries making a couple appearances alongside different planets. So that may be something to really focus on and keep in mind. Leo, this is your reading. I think that this is a really good call to find ways that nourish you and encourage you to go within and to have that feel like something that's stabilizing. These are a lot of grounding and lower chakra energies like that. And I think that this may be a call to stabilize those energies as you start to get more divine downloads, as you start to get more information. I think though that this temple, once you really understand this, it's going to be a very stabilizing force for you, Leo. Like I think it's going to be a very grounding force. King of Pentacles. You may have felt kind of like things are upside down with the Hanged Man. But I think that the beauty of the Taurian energy and the Taurus energy of the solar eclipse is this sort of grounded vibe. Like the grounded vibe is about making things real, but what I think is being made real is this spiritual connection that you have, and not just spiritual connection, but the connection to spirit, right? Where you're able to take in information, but then also being able to release things equally so that don't serve you, be they beliefs or approaches to things like that's, yeah. Okay, Leo, that is your reading. Oh, and the light went out as if spirit was saying, that's all, folks. That is your solar eclipse reading for April 30th. So if this resonated, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel, and I'm really grateful to be able to do this. So to continue to do it is an absolute blessing, and I appreciate every single one of your views, of your likes, of your comments. All of it is something I'm very grateful for. So thank you. If you want to connect in other ways, you can do so through videos on the channel that I put out daily or other content. So do check out the videos on this channel. I would appreciate it. Hey, you might find other guidance that is of help or service to you. I mean, that's the hope, right? That's what I hope for. So if this is where we part though, Leo, I hope that you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, wherever this finds you on the time-space continuum. So from here, have a wonderful day filled with light and so much healing and love. Take care.